That brings me actually to another topic. You mentioned that whoever doesn't like whatever he reads or she reads on your
Mm,
website, they're not your client. Well, guess what? That's why you're in business and that's why you're in successful business because you have identified the person you want in your business and the person you don't want in your business. And the customer avatar, visual that I create for my clients, for example, I'm helping them create, as you
mm,
can understand. They're doing all the job. I'm just asking the questions. You need to create the anti avatar first before you go to your customer avatar
mm,
because you need to identify the person you don't want in your business, you don't want to cooperate with. And you know, lots of entrepreneurs make this huge mistake of trying to create a product that is good for everyone. And they end up creating some, as they think, massive product that in fact doesn't, fit the needs of
mm.
anyone. So
Talking with the experts.
Hello, and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts can be found on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And we're all about business by business owners for business owners. And today, my guest is Margo White, and she is a serial entrepreneur. And 4 years ago, she changed her business, her focus to copywriting. But she says it's just was not just copywriting. That there are lots of great copywriters out there, but no one who teaches entrepreneurs how to do their homework and develop a strategy, a customer avatar, and narrow down their niche to create a unique approach in communication with their prospects and clients. So her portfolio includes companies like lifehack.org, Microsoft, 4over4, AppSmart, Adobe, Heads Up Advisor, and a few others. And her core belief is that no matter how well designed your funnel is, without a great copy, it's nothing but annoying. And I totally agree with that. So, welcome, Margo, and thank you for joining me.
thank you for giving me an opportunity to join. I'm really excited to be here. And welcome to this show, all the women entrepreneurs. I'm really looking forward to give you tips and tricks that will shorten your learning curve and avoid you to learn through trial and error. That's pretty much it.
So, creating a content strategy, and you like to call it the content DNA. So, can you just please explain a little bit more about that?
Sure. I think that every content strategy should include you and your factor, your presence in business, and not just the general practices that are available out there and are taught widely, right? You need to give the piece of you into this content and your personality. And we're now in the age when the personal brand means more than the product because basically developing personal brand gives you an opportunity to introduce any type of products afterwards. So this is on this path your content is your biggest asset because competitors can lower their prices, competitors can take the share of the market, for example, try to take the share of the market, but it's very difficult to take a personal brand away from you. And as you can see, Rose, on the market, what we explore is people are willing to pay bigger amounts if there is a personality standing behind the brand, behind the product. Am I correct?
Absolutely, yes, I totally agree with that. That yeah, your personal brand is really important, and I think when you're doing your copy, you've got to make that shine. You've got to let that come out, so that your
Like
prospective clients can see you as well as your product or service.
Exactly. Like taking you as an example, when I visited your website, I figured that it's written by human and it's so honest that it's not about putting just you on, it's putting your mission on the first place and then you behind it and the reason why you're doing it. And it was so honest and so real that experienced this connection between us, although this is the first time we talk in person.
Yes, it
Huh?
is. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think every person, especially women who are more emotional, can benefit from this because we have this ability and we have this gift of being emotional in a good way, like sharing this love, this passion towards what we do. And I see no reason why that your content should not reflect that. And the content DNA I'm talking about consists of three elements that are tightly connected to each other, which are you and your business, your customer avatar, and your unique message. So without each element, all of the copywriting makes no sense, and that's why it's baffling to me that many entrepreneurs are outsourcing that ability to talk to their prospects, to their copywriters, even without explaining what their message is, what their mission is, who they are, and how to communicate with the prospects and customers.
Yeah, I agree. I think if for me, my website, if I can't be honest and let people see me, I can't expect them to buy from me, and I want them to know who they're dealing with. That's
Yeah.
just my personal feeling on the whole thing. I've seen a lot of website about pages that are so clinical and so clean and so they don't really, there's nothing behind them. It doesn't explain who the person is that you're going to be doing some business with.
Yeah, they're explaining the product, they're focusing on product, and then when the time comes to create a website, they find someone on like freelancer or someone else and tell them, okay, I just want to find a person to outsource that. I don't know anything about it. You know, yesterday that got me thinking. Like I remember Jeff Bezos and Sam Walton from Walmart. And these two guys, they were so obsessed with studying their audience, and that Sam Walton, for example, he was arrested once because he was measuring the distance between the shelves at his competitor's store. He was arrested for that. That's really hilarious. And Jeff Bezos, the billionaire, like number one, person in terms of money,
Mm,
he's answering his clients' emails on his own, like 1 to 2 hours a day. And that got me thinking, like, okay, we have this billionaire mindset
mm,
people who will spare their time and get involved personally. But someone who is building like much smaller business says that I want to outsource that. That's not the way to do that. That's why these guys have money and others, struggle. You need to get personal. And that's why women can do that better than anybody else. It's so great because we don't have to compete with anything. We can be all this shiny and bright and it's much easier to establish this connection with your prospects and clients. And you need to get involved from the very beginning and you need to put it down for your copywriter so that they would understand what your business is all about, who is your prospect and customer avatar, and how to communicate with them. You shouldn't go like, oh my God, yeah, you decide that. $15 an hour copywriter will never be able to decide the fate of your 10 plus $1 million business. And you
no.
need to get it because you are entrepreneur, right? So you already are on the other side of the fear. You have a different mindset. You cannot give that mindset to someone working 9 to 5. That's impossible because otherwise they would have their own business, not work as just a freelancer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'd really love to have your comment on this with your experience.
Well, I think you're quite right. I wouldn't outsource my copywriting. I've often thought about getting someone to look at my front page, like my landing page, my homepage. But I think I'm happy with the way it is because it reflects who I am. And I think if people don't like it, then they're obviously not the customer that I need, because that I want people that are happy with what they read and happy with how it's written. Unless there's spelling
So you
errors, then I'll go nuts because I don't like spelling errors. I hate them.
I can tell you that grammatically correct copy has nothing to do with copywriting. There
No.
are lots of times when copywriters, great copywriters, make mistakes in their copy on purpose because that's how we speak. We don't speak academic English.
No,
We
that's
speak
true.
as we speak, right? And when we read the copy that is like 100% grammatically correct, that might not hook us up because that's not how the person would explain to us in person, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
so your mistakes are making you human and more human than
Anyone else? That's
some.
it.
Yeah. And then brings me actually to another topic. You mentioned that whoever doesn't like whatever he reads or she reads on your
Mm,
website, they're not your client. Well, guess what? That's why you're in business and that's why you're in successful business, because you have identified the person you want in your business and the person you don't want in your business. And the customer avatar visual that I create for my clients, for example, I'm helping them create, as you
mm,
can understand, they're doing all the job, I'm just asking the questions. You need to create the anti avatar first before you go to your customer avatar, because you need to identify the person you don't want in your business, you don't want to cooperate with. And you know, lots of entrepreneurs make this huge mistake of trying to create a product that is good for everyone. And they end up creating some, as they think, massive product that in fact doesn't, fit the needs of
mm,
anyone. So there, for example, I had a case, a brilliant woman. She used to be a trader on Wall Street, and she's decided to open her own coaching business, how to start from scratch and how to get out of poverty and etc., how to start the business. When she get out of Wall Street, she had like 2 or 3 million dollars.
oh,
Okay,
wow.
that's how she started her business. And the funny thing was, she was very popular in her field and her sphere, but she tried to go to this general people who try to manage startups, and she didn't have any success. She came to me, and I asked her, so you had like 2 or 3 million for your startup. The 40K a year person doesn't have that. If you have 40K a year salary, you don't have 2 or 3 million. So
Mm,
to these people, the connection, you will not be able to establish a connection with a person who is starting her business with $1,000. That's impossible because you have
mm,
3 million. This is crazy.
yeah.
So I gave her a different direction. I said, how well have you established the relationships with your colleagues or people you worked with? She said, all my friends are from there. Like, we have the, okay, great. Help Wall Street guys quit their jobs and open the business. You have a lot of connections there. These are your customer avatars. And she went like, oh, people involved in financial sphere, there are too few people in there. I Googled it. It's like 60, I know, 6,500,000 people involved in financial
Yeah, there's
sphere
a
in
lot. Yeah,
general.
a lot.
I was like, okay, Janet, her name is Janet. Okay, Janet, 6,500,000 people that you have a deep connection with. So she started, in her business in that sphere, and she's so popular right now. And I'm so grateful for what she does, because I'm also involved in
Yeah,
financial sphere, and I found it really interesting what she said and how. So going back to my point, many people are trying to become good for everyone, and they end up being good for no one.
one.
You
Yeah,
need to have more connect points of connections with your audience than just your product, and that's when that deep connection occurs. And don't be afraid to lose part of the market. Everybody is not going to buy your product, and you should leave with that. But if you have the strong connection, you will be the superstar even at the very beginning for these people, because you understand their feelings.
yeah, I agree. I think I changed direction of my business last year, and but previous to that, I was trying to serve everybody, and I was getting nothing because my message was confusing. They just didn't know what I was on about, and even until recently, the message was a little bit unclear. I mean, I know what I do and what I offer. However, it was still a little bit unclear, and I'm still looking at honing my message even further, because it's still not hitting the nail on the head. So there are is always room for improvement in copy, and what you're doing, and your avatar, because even though that I look after speakers and coaches and consultants, and um, I'm still not, there's still something missing in the line between them and me. So yeah, I need to
Mm.
still look at that. Mm,
Can I offer you one exercise you could do?
most certainly.
Okay, just fill in the blank, and I will send it to you later. Like, I help and name specific group of people
Mm.
to achieve specific result by your work.
Yeah,
So
I've done that.
I
Yeah, yeah. It's still
it's
not hitting it.
it no.
No, it's still not hitting
Well, then you should sit and think, and probably ask people that you had the biggest impact on. And you have this amazing Facebook group. I just took a look at it, but it's all the people sharing, all the women sharing their experience, sharing their thoughts. I think that is an amazing asset for you to talk to these women, and you have a great connection with the women, so you should put the women in your blog.
Mm,
Like, I help women, because that creates instant connection with you. Like,
mm.
I'm you know so
Okay, that's a good point. I might look at that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that.
yeah, that's
Nicole. Now,
you're mostly yeah,
tell me a
go
little
ahead.
bit about preparing a special content marketing package. Now, how does one go about doing that?
Yeah. So, first of all, you need to have your customer avatar in place, and you and your business really, really, described in details. And third is you are preparing your unique message. Now, that's not just a phrase or just your ideology, but that's your unique welcome message, your unique goodbye message. In the middle, what you say. So, you're creating a structure, like a template, so that every time the person sees your message, whether it's an email or it's social media or something, even without reading your name, they should figure out that it's you writing that. And you can only do that if you create your own words. Okay, you need to have your own words, so in the middle, and also the beginning and the end of the message. That's how it goes. Like, for example, for my videos, I try to start every single video with uh, hi there, warriors. I love that. I don't know why, but my business is built around entrepreneurship. So I think that every person that decided to open their own business is a warrior.
Mm,
Okay. And
absolutely.
people love that because no one does that. I don't know why, but only I do. So they don't even need to look at my profile or something. They know it's Margo, right? You should have your unique message as well because that grabs people's attention. And so the content marketing package for your copywriter will tell you in just one or two sentences will tell you all about you, all about your message, how to structure it, and all about your customer avatar. And in collaboration with all of that, every copywriter, decent one, you don't need to spend like hundreds and hundreds of dollars to hire someone like top producer or wait like years to be on the list. Every decent copywriter will be able to write your copy because they got the idea of it and your unique package. Most important thing is even if you will lose your copywriter, like they got another job or there's some other reasons they don't want to work, your readers will not get that the copywriter changed. And this is also
Yeah,
important because
it is very important. Yeah,
great copywriters stay in the field for a very short amount of time because when you figure that you can write a copy, you figure you can open any business and it will be like, you know.
yeah.
So
So,
what do you think?
yeah, it's I don't know that I'd use a copywriter. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think anyone could talk like me.
Absolutely. If you choose to do so, that's perfect. You will also have your, content marketing package in front of you, and you will be able to write your copy. And the most
Absolutely.
important is, just know your customer avatar and know their thoughts. Ask yourself, what thoughts should be in my prospect's head before he or she are buying my product? So, what should you share? What should your prospect know before he or she is converting into your client? Many people are so crazy about sharing their ideas that they forget that these ideas might have nothing to do with their product or their business. You need to take a closer look at first what the list of the ideas of your prospects are at the moment, what they should be, and slowly but surely transfer them there with your content. But
Yep.
to do so, you need to have this very deep connection with people and be able to talk to them, ask them questions, and that's exactly what entrepreneurship is all about.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So there you go, people. You've heard it from Margo. She's the one to go to. And she's just told you how it should be. So there,
Exactly.
take this, listen to her, and go and see Margo or contact her, because she'll put you straight. Now, have you written any books, Margo? It doesn't say anything in your biography here, so I'm not sure if you have.
Yeah, I'm in the process of writing two books.
Ah,
But right now, I only have these webinars that I'm talking to people. My people are entrepreneurs. So I don't think that even auto webinars or something like that is a good solution to that. My purpose is to talk to people directly, figure out their pain as much as I can, and put all the details into the book so that it would be relevant, right? And so that's exactly what I do right now. So I'm sharing the information for free. I don't care about that. Information should be shared for free, but the action, that's different. Like when you're helping the person to take the action, that's different. But the information, I'm more than happy to see more and more smart women entrepreneurs to be able to share their thoughts and ideas in an effective way and
mm,
effectively outsource it.
yeah,
Okay. So remember that content DNA contains three, three elements. It's you and your business, it's your customer avatar that I want you to get obsessed with, really obsessed, like crazy. You need to know what they're thinking, what's in their heads. As one of my mentors said, and I love this phrase, is You need to get your prospect every one of their thoughts
Mm,
before they
absolutely.
pay attention to you,
Yeah.
because there are so many people sharing their thoughts online, and it goes like, do this, wake up at 5 a.m., do I don't know, run every day, eat this or whatever, change your mindset. People are getting frustrated with that, and they're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And when you're scrolling, for example, Rose, and someone is telling you, just thinking about your stuff, someone is sharing this exact stuff you're thinking about right now, you pay attention. And it doesn't matter whether you will spend seconds on that, or 30 seconds, or 3 minutes, but you're paying attention. You got this like, this person gets me, right?
Mm,
So I want you to be obsessed with your prospects' thoughts and put them down, what they're thinking about right now, maybe not related to your product, but related to their life. And use this list in your content. Begin with it so that they would go like, you know, oh my God, yeah, I should read further. I should read further. And whatever I, passed in this online courses, it was like, you need to have this kind of structure of your content. Your CTA should be here. Come on,
no.
that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, that really doesn't work. Just make the list of your prospects' thoughts and then write whatever the structure you want. Just make sure that it's easily readable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much it. And you will grab their attention, and they will go like, okay, out of all this BS, this is the person that understands me. Let me see what she offers.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
all
And
the way there.
there are a lot of coaches out there who try to take, who teach copywriting, and it's really confusing because they each have their own spin on what you should be putting into it. But it 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 just to me it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just I just write the way I write, and
You
to
know
me,
why? Because people know what to do. You know what to do, Rose,
mm,
but you need someone who understands you and who is ready to take your hand and walk you through this path, right? Because the
yes,
information is out there, it's available, but this connection that, not everyone can establish this connection.
no, that's true. That is very true. Anyway, where can people find you, Margo?
On LinkedIn. Please find me on LinkedIn, because that's the most active social media page that I have. I'm also on Instagram, but I don't like Instagram actually on my own, for my business at least.
Mm,
LinkedIn is where I share my videos, my tips and tricks, as I said,
mm.
for free. Paid products yet. So please feel free to join me. I will
I'll
add
go
you.
and stalk you then.
Mm. What?
I'll
I'm
go and
sorry.
stalk you. I'll go and stalk you and send you a connection request.
Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to talk to you and staying connected, and in your group, of course,
Yeah.
actively. By the way, if you haven't joined Rose's group, please do. It's
Oh,
mentioned on
which
her
one is that? I've got
website.
lots of them.
Oh, come on. 1 second.
I've got
No.
Healing Through Love. I've got
It's Women Rising Above. I just became a member, and I can say that there are lots of talented
mm,
and absolutely amazing women there, sharing their experience and
yeah.
supporting each other. And I wish everyone could join the group. I'm there as well. So
Oh,
if you would like
beautiful.
to,
Yeah, yeah. It's not
uh,
my group, but
yeah.
it's I'm a member of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
will
a really good
also
group.
enter all your other groups. So please make sure you. I'm really promoting these groups of yours, because you're sharing your thoughts and all the wonderful things, and women supporting each other is really
Oh,
really important
absolutely.
these
Yeah.
days.
We need to do more of it. And we've got this thing in
Yeah.
Australia now about in our parliament, which is like
Hmm.
your Senate, a lot of sexual abuse has been going on with, staff members, female staff members, and, perpetrated by male members of the parliament. And we, and, just women can't walk safely at night on their own, and we're all just sick of it. So And I'm sure the
Oh my
same things are
God.
happening in the US. So
Well,
it's not good.
unfortunately, women need to speak up, and they need to support each other in order to get out of all of this. Unfortunately, there is so much things that need to change. I got chills right now. I mean, I didn't know about that. I really didn't know. That's
Mm.
terrible.
It
That's
is
terrible.
terrible.
And
It is terrible, and
that's just,
you've read my biography, so you know that I'm dead set against domestic violence, and I'm dead set
yeah,
against childhood sexual abuse because I was abused as a child, and so I know how survivors feel. So yeah, and if women, you're right, we need to stand up. We need to become suffragettes like back in the early, late 1800s when they stood up. We need to become
yeah.
like them, and
I think that
make our voices more
this is
powerful.
another way. This
Mm,
is the new wave.
yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So please,
Anyway,
please speak up on that.
yes, I will. I will
I
continue
will
to do
totally.
so.
I mean, we will stay connected and whatever you need in terms of that, since you're supporting the movement. And I just figured, I just learned about that. Whatever support you need from me, I will be there for you. So
Lovely. Thank you so much. All right,
thank
Margo,
you.
thank you so much for your time. I've had an absolute ball talking to you. I've learnt a lot, and yeah, I will reach out to you in LinkedIn, and I'll pick your brain.
Let's stay connected. Thank you very much, Rose, and have a wonderful day, all the listeners.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.